video. This is my fourth video of ASMR, and I already have eight subscribers, and I love to say thank you to each and every single one of you guys for subscribing to my channel and actually want to watch me. You don't have to watch me, but you choose to watch me, and I'm grateful for that. I really appreciate it. And sorry for in the background. I don't know if you can hear my fiance. He's on a call right now, and he's very loud. He's very loud. But I know I have a few people subscribing to brush my hair, and some of them, and Mike scratching, and I will do that. I promise, I will do it, because I love when people watch my videos and they make a suggestion of what to do, because it's all for you guys. It's all for you guys and what you want to see on my channel. But today, and I'll get to that in my next video, I'm thinking of doing a hair brushing and tapping. Tapping on my next video. But today I've always wanted, this is my number one top ASMR video that I love to do and that I watch. Shout outs to Matt's ASMR. I know that she isn't the one who started it, but I love her, watching her the most. Scratch. But today I am going to make a scratching invisible scratching today. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's begin. Okay. Scratch. Sorry if you hear anything upstairs. If you guys do, that's my neighbors. They're moving things around, and it's late. I worked all day today. Work. Scratch. I worked all day. Just got home off of work, and now I'm making an ASMR video for you guys. But let's continue. Scratch. Scratch, and rake, and raking all the negativity away from you. Rake. And you've got, sorry, got distracted. Scratch. And rake, and scratch, 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 scratchy, 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 scratch, 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 scratchy and itchy show. That's from The Simpsons. Simpsons. If you don't know, I don't like watching it anymore, but I used to when I was younger, but not anymore. It's getting too violent. Anyway, scratch, 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 and raking, a little bit of raking, 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 rake, scratching, scratch, 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 and scratch, 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 scratch. Sorry, I gotta put my glasses on. Scratch, 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 scratch. It's good to say it fast. Scratch, 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 rake, a little bit of rake, a little bit of Monica on my side, a little bit of Rita, all I need. Scratch, 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 scratch. Let me scratch you, Baba. Let me scratch you. Scratch, 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 scratch. Behind the ears. Scratch, 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 scratch. My cat again. Scratch, 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 and rake, and rake, and rake, and rake, and rake, and rake, 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 raking and raking. Oh, raking. My cat is going behind the blinds. Rake, 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 scratch, 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 scratch. That's what she's doing to my blinds. My blinds. She scratch, 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 scratch. She's legit breaking them. Scratch, 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 scratch. Rake, 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 raking and raking and rake and rake and raking and raking and raking and raking, raking, raking and scratch and scratch and scratch, scratch, scratch and scratch and scratch and scratch, 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 scratch. Oh, she broke another piece off. Scratch, 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 scratch. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Just all natural ASMR. Scratch, 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 scratch. Sorry, I'm pronouncing it wrong. Scratch, 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 scratch. After a while, it sounds pretty good. Scratch, 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 and a bit of rake, and raking, and raking, and rake, 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 raking, and raking. Scratch, 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 scratch. Scratch, 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 and rake, 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 and scratch, 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 and rake, 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 and scratch, scratch, scratch. Anyway, guys, thank you, 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 thank you for watching my video. Hope you like it. Like I said, I'm not professional, but I do appreciate you guys. I do appreciate the lovely comments and the recommendations, the requests you want me to do, and I'll keep making videos for you. And like next time, keep on. I'll do the next trigger, either brushing my hair, or bike tapping, or tapping in general. I'm on objects. I'll do that for sure. I'll do all the requests that you guys want me to do. But yet again, thank you for watching. Scratch. Until the next time.